are in for a treat today here at ENDERUN College's Taguig City for the first game of the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. It is the battle of UAAP Titans, UST Growling Tigers versus the Adamson SOARING Falcons. We are gonna start in a few short moments, and the starting five for both teams will be displayed shortly, as well as the referees for this match, as both teams will gather center court. The starting lineups: Paranada, Robinson, Estacio, Osang, and Suba will be starting for UST. And the starting lineups for the SOARING Falcons will be Torres and Pacquiao at the backcourt, Mantua and Magbuhos will be the forwards, and Ignacio will be at the center.
According to Tole. Yung sabitan sa gitna. Okay, masyado may dinig sa live.
And the referees are, for crew chief, Ruben Agbalo, first referee Lucio De La Torre, and John Dave Jaramillo at the second spot for our officials this afternoon. And after that starting five and our referees, we will turn it over to our resident Barker for the announcement of the starting five to officially start our game. And we are about to tip off here at the ENDERUN Colleges in Taguig City to witness the battle of UAAP Titans, the UST Growling Tigers, and the Adamson SOARING Falcons. The Tigers will be wearing the light colors in white, and the SOARING Falcons will be sporting their dark blue. The Tigers will control the first possession. Robinson swings it to Paranada. Paranada, fade-away jumper, tough shot, in and out. Osang, clean-up job is good for the 2 points. Kicking off this game for the first 2 points of the Tigers. Falcons' turn now. Mantua, pull-up jumper on the right side. That's too strong. Battle for the ball. Bodies on the floor, and Adamson comes up with it. Pacquiao, straight away three-pointer, no. UST controls the ball, and the referee whistles that there is a push on number 13, Mantua. And the ball will go back to the Growling Tigers. So Paranada will bring it down now for the Growling Tigers. Osang top of the key. Robinson, strong drive on the right side. Butata, inabot ni Mantua. Pero may kasamang foul dun, so Robinson will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. For all those watching live and online, we are here at the ENDERUN colleges in Taguig City to witness the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. We would like to thank and acknowledge, of course, our owner and founder, Benny Benitez, and our commissioner, Wilson Ang. Robinson misses that second free throw. Battle for the ball, Adamson comes up with it. Tigers pressuring them at the backcourt. Miscommunication, but Torres gets that ball for Adamson. 14 seconds to work with for the Falcons. Torres swings it to Pacquiao. Top of the key, Ignacio. In and out of that short stab. Tigers will look to push it. Estacio gives it back to Paranada. Sets the offense for the Tigers. Good defense by the Falcons. UST short on that three-point attempt. So Adamson will now bring it down. And that is a foul on Estacio. So the ball will stay with the Soaring Falcons. Anabo newly checked in for the Soaring Falcons. Magbuhos gives it to Torres. 14 to work with for the Falcons. Assessing the defense here. Torres. Great strip by Paranada. Torres got his pocket picked clean. Paranada short stab in and out. And the Falcons will now have a second chance at offense. Torres pushing the issue. Little push on Paranada. Anabo straight away three-pointer, but he is fouled in the act of shooting. So he will go to the free throw line for 3 shots. That is the second foul of Estacio early here in the first half. And of course, this league would not be possible without our sponsors, Antbox, Sticko, Kickstart Coffee, and Slick Tight Hair Pomade. And probably a familiar face for Ateneo fans out there, Fortsky Padrigao has checked in for the UST Growling Tigers in exchange for Estacio. And Anabo makes that second. And Anabo makes the third. So substitutions coming in for Adamson. Heimelin will come in for Pacquiao. Sikat will come in for Magbuhos. Change of personnel here for the Falcons. UST inbounds it to Suba. Bringing it down, and they will give it back to their guard, Paranada. Paranada will assess the floor. Gives it to Suba. Suba behind the back play, but met with the Adamson defense. Miscommunication. So the ball will go back to Adamson. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. We are tied at 3-all. Torres being hounded by Paranada here in the backcourt. Gives it to Heimelin. Heimelin now at the top of the key. Pulls up from the left side. That is short. And Osang loses the ball there, and the ball will go back to Adamson. Baka medyo madulas yung side ng floor dun, kaya baka nadulas si Osang. But nonetheless, the ball will go back to the Soaring Falcons. And Adamson will inbound now with 14 seconds left to shoot. Struggling to find the open man here. And the referees rule that ball came off of a UST Growling Tiger, so the ball will go back to Adamson. Anabo gives it to Edding. Edding, strong drive on the left side. Putata, inabot. Good defense by UST on that incursion. Robinson, 2-on-1 fast break. Paranada, good transition defense by the Falcons, stopping that fast break. And hustle pays off, but the ball will stay with the Growling Tigers. Banco will check in for Suba for the Tigers. Padrigao will be inbounding for UST. And the referee's whistle will stop to the play. That is a call on 77, cUP. That is his first foul here in the ball game. So the ball will still stay with the Growling Tigers. Gives it to Osang. Padrigao. Assessing on that left side. Gives it to Osang. Power move there. But that is short on that hook. And Adamson could not handle that ball as it slips from his fingers. So the Tigers will still maintain possession. Dignadice checks in. Dignadice checks in for Anabo. Robinson gets it on the inside, no go. Banco, cleanup job, no good. But may kasamang foul dun, so Banco will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. A low scoring first quarter here as we see very intense defense from both sides. Kahit fast break, hindi nakakalagpas sa parehong koponan na ito. We expect nothing less from 2 UAAP teams. Banco misses that first free throw. Banco misses both. And the referee calls a jump ball. And the ball will go back to the Falcons after that exchange. Edin gets it to inbounds it for Adamson. Mepanya brings it down for the Falcons. Dignadice open on that right side. No. Perimeter woes continue for the Falcons. Fortsky will push. Padrigao gives it to Paranada. Finds Osang on the inside, but the ball... The referees will signal a push on Osang. So that is Osang's first foul. And Alfoma will come in for the Growling Tigers in exchange for Osang. Tigers still hounding the Falcons here in the backcourt, trying to convert and possibly find these easy opportunities off steals. Edin gives it back to Mepanya. 12 seconds left to shoot. Dignadice, crowded by the Tigers, blocked from behind by Robinson. Padrigao gives it to the trailing Robinson, and that is an easy layup for the Tigers. They take a 2-point lead here now. Another turnover for the Falcons. Battle for the ball, Falcons maintain it. Edding surveying for the Falcons. cUP top of the key. Hounded by Ofoma. And that is a foul on number 36 of the Tigers. Ignacio intercepted there by Ofoma. So the Tigers will look to run again. But good transition defense by the blue shirts. Padrigao gives it to Paranada. Top of the key reset by Padrigao. 12 seconds left to work with for the Tigers. Great inside pass but broken up by Haimalin. Substitutions coming in for both teams. Danting will go in for the Tigers and Magbuhos will come in for Haimalin. 8 seconds left to shoot for the Tigers. Paranada gets it. Gives it back to Padrigao. Pulls up from deep, but that is short on that three-pointer. And that is a 24-second violation. And the ball will go back to the Falcons. Magbuhos gets it across to Dignadice. Gives it back to Magbuhos. Give and go play. Excellent play there by Adamson. But could just not finish. Ignacio showing his power against Tongkara. And gets the 2 points to go. Great inside power play by the Falcons. And the referee signaled a stop to the play. And they will be discussing what this is. It appears that it's a foul on number 8 of the Tigers. Of the Falcons, rather. So Ofoma, Tongkara will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And for all those watching live and online, you are watching the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. This is your resident commentator, Migs Gonzalez, in attendance. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at pagsuporta sa aming liga. God bless po sa inyong mga kaliga. Adamson still hounded here by the Tiger defense, and Pacquiao caught crossing both rivers. So that is a backcourt violation. So UST will regain possession with less than 5 minutes left to go. Danting will inbound it for Padrigao. Tongkara sets the screen. Padrigao floater gets the foul, no bounce. So Padrigao will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. That was a foul on Ray Allen Torres. (6-5) is our score. Low scoring first quarter here for both teams. 7-5 now as Padrigao sinks that first free throw. And he makes both, using the bank on both shots. An unusual sight for free throw shots here in the league. Torres gives it to the right side. Blocked there. Good defense by the Tigers. That was blocked by Liemit. Liemit running for UST. Up and under move. Beautiful fast break for the Tigers. And they push the lead now to 5 as they breach the double-digit mark here in the first quarter. The Tigers looking to run again. And no other than Danting on the other side finishes that fast break with a left-hand layup. The Soaring Falcons still pressured here by the Tigers. Pacquiao gives it back. Magbuhos. Pacquiao on the inside. Gives it to Ignacio. Beautiful play. And that's a wedgie. And possession arrow points back to the Tigers. 12-5 is now our score. Still in favor of the Growling Tigers. And Heimalin will check in for the Falcons. And they will be applying full court pressure here against the Tigers. They have seen enough of this offensive onslaught by the white shirts. Padrigao will bring it down. Padrigao gives it to Liemit. Padrigao drives on the left side. Gives it to Danting on the right. No. And Tongkara tries to get that rebound, but no. The ball will go back to the Falcons. Magbuhos gives it to Torres. Torres will bring it down now for the Falcons. Less than 3.5 left to go here in the first quarter. And that is a foul on Banco. That is a reach-in on number 13 of the Tigers. So the Falcons will inbound here with 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Anabo gives it to Magbuhos. Who will they go to on this possession? Anabo. Magbuhos fakes the pass. Gives it to Heimalin on that left side. Too strong on that jumper. Padrigao will look to run now for the Tigers. Met with the Adamson defense. Banco open on that top of the key. It's too strong on that three-pointer. Torres will push it for Adamson. Little crossover, but good defense. Tap there by Danting. Heimelin still no good. Perimeter woes continue for the Falcons. And Banco will give it to Padrigao to set their offense. Padrigao could have been a great pass to Banco, but Banco was not looking. Torres contorting his body midair, trying to avoid the Tonkara defense, but no good. Padrigao gives it to Liemit. Liemit, strong drive on the left side, but that is a foul on the Falcons. And substitutions will come in for both teams. Escobedo will come in for the Tigers. Dignadice, Eding, and Pacquiao will come in for the Falcons. A faster lineup now for Adamson. Manzon will also come in for Wilfrey Magbuhos. Liemit will shoot 2 free throws now for UST. 12-5 is still our score in favor of the Tigers. A 7-point lead. Low scoring first quarter here with about 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Liemit makes that second. Adamson still hounded by the Tigers here in the backcourt. Eding gives it to Pacquiao. Pacquiao on that right side. Pacquiao almost loses the ball. And intercepted by Liemit. Good anticipation. And the Tigers will regain it. Padrigao gives it to the left side. Binigay kay Tonkara as he is met by 2 soaring Falcons. Kasi siguro nakita nila, no, pagsabay. Parang hindi ito kaya ng isa. Sabayan nga natin ng dalawa. So Tonkara will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Tonkara misses that first one. And for all those watching live and online, you are watching the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. We are live here at the ENDERUN Colleges in Taguig City for our first game in this Sunday's triple header. This is the Adamson Soaring Falcons versus the UST Growling Tigers. Paranada checks in for Padrigao. UST still hounding the Falcons. Mepanya. Sikat will bring it down. Mepanya still shrouded by that Liemit defense. 12 seconds to work with now for Adamson. Good defense by UST. Adamson struggling to find that opening. Mepanya, quick move there, but could not get the 3 to go. Eding with the offensive rebound shows his power. No good on that second try. Agawan ng bola. And the ball will go back to the Tigers. But great hustle on that Falcon possession there. Could just not convert for the 2 points. So UST now will inbound with about 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Magdangal gives it to Escobedo. Escobedo, strong drive on the left side, tapped away by Mepanya. And the ball will stay with the Tigers. 11 seconds left to work with for UST. Magdangal gets it. Tonkara hands it off back. Magdangal short on that 3-pointer. And the ball will go back to Adamson. Substitutions, Sapasap will come in for UST. And Ray Allen Torres will check back in for Eding. And Adamson struggling to get that inbound in, and UST converts that steal. Almost a freebie, but good defense there by Adamson. Torres brings it down. Manzon hands it off to Mepanya. Mepanya still hounded by UST. That is a foul on number 19. That is a pass-up. And Ignacio will come in for Sikat. And Anabo will come in for the Falcons as well, with less than 30 seconds here left to go in the first quarter. So because of that sapasap foul, Mepanya will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Tigers in the penalty now. So Mepanya makes that second free throw. Paranada will bring it down for the Tigers. Screen set there by Tongkaras. Strong drive by Paranada. Nobody home on the inside. So Paranada will lay it up for the 2 points. Pushing the lead now to 9 for the Tigers. Falcons, Anabo all the way to the hole. Driving down the gut of the defense for the strong 2 points on the inside. And the dive by Anabo, but not enough time. Great hustle there by Anabo of Adamson. And we end the first quarter 16-9. It's our score in favor of the Tigers. A slim 7-point lead for UST as we head to the second quarter. We'll be back in a few moments for second quarter action between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the UST Growling Tigers. We'll be right back. And we are back from the break. The second quarter is about to begin. You are watching the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. This is the battle between the UAAP Titans, the Adamson Soaring Falcons, versus the UST Growling Tigers. And this second quarter will be started with an Adamson possession. The last 10 minutes of the first half is about to begin. Torres gives it to Anabo, swings it to the left side kay Haimalin. Covered there by the defense. Paranada's quick steal on Ignacio, and that is an easy layup for Paranada. Great heads-up play on the defense for UST. Double-digit lead now for the Tigers. Torres still hounded by Paranada. Haimalin on the right side. Falcons trying to look for that opening on the offense. Haimalin, strong drive on the right side. And bodies on the floor. We have to make sure that everybody's okay. But nonetheless, that is a foul on the shot attempt for Haimalin, so he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And the referees rule that is a goaltending on Tongkara rather. So they will count the 2 points. And I believe Haimalin will go to the free throw line for another shot. So Haimalin will now go to the free throw line to complete this end one play. Sorry, that was not Tongkara. That was Osang on that block attempt. Soaring to protect the rim for UST. Tapigan ang bola at babalik ang bola sa Tigers. Paranada hounded by the Adamson defense here in the backcourt. And the Tigers cross it. 15 seconds left to shoot for the Tigers. Paranada on the outside. Gives it to the left side. Robinson, pull-up jumper, no. And Adamson will look to run. Haimalin on the other side. He is left alone, and The ball will stay with the Soaring Falcons. They will get another attempt here. Edding will inbound with 19 seconds left. Great inside play to Ignacio, but could not finish. So UST will regain possession. Paranada pulls up from deep. That is short. So Edding will pull it down for Adamson. Good defense by Robinson, but that is excessive there. And that is an offensive foul on Edding, trying to ward off that Robinson defense. And Padrigao checks in for UST rather. They have 20 seconds left on the shot clock with about 8.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Pito ang kinakapitang kalamangan ng UST. Padrigao, right side, gives it to Osang, broken up by the Falcons. And the ball will stay with the Tigers. 9 left to shoot. Paranada, quick jumper, fouled in the act of shooting. And that is a foul on Edding. And Paranada will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Mantua will check in for Haimalin. Paranada misses that first free throw. And Paranada misses that second. Osang cleans it up for the Tigers. But Falcons with a steal. Great defense, heads up by the Falcons. Mantua bringing it down. Mantua fadeaway jumper on Robinson. That is short. Battle for the ball and Magbuos comes up with it. Padrigao with the steal. And he will finish this fast break with an easy layup on the other side to push the lead of the Tigers to 9. Magbuos gives it to Anabo. No good on that layup. Ignacio with the offensive rebound. And they will give it back to Mantua to reset the offense for the Blue Shirts. Mantua, quick crossover in Paranada. Short stab, short. Magbuos tries to bounce it off the Tigers. Ignacio fake, no good. Mantua, that is blocked by Osang, so Mantua will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And that is a timeout for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. 22-11 is our score in favor of the Tigers as they cling to this 9-point lead. We will be back in a few moments for second quarter action between the Tigers and the Falcons. We'll be right back. And we are back to the action here in the second quarter. Coming from this Adamson timeout, the lead of the Tigers are at 9 with 20-11 as our score. The Falcons just trailing by a few points. Kayang-kaya mahabol to ng Adamson. And Mantua will shoot 2 free throws as he was fouled on that earlier possession. And Mantua misses that first free throw. And Mantua misses the second one. Battle for the rebound, and And Tongkara says that is my board. Estacio on that right side, strong drive there. Can't miss that, misses that layup. Battle for the ball and Anabo comes up with it. Magbuhos on the other side and finish that fast break for the 2 points. Padrigao de discarte para sa UST. Padrigao, quick pass to Tongkara. Great two-man play there for UST as they finish that. Anabo left alone on the other side. And there's a foul on the play. So Anabo will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Banco will come in for Estacio. So Anabo will shoot this first free throw for the Soaring Falcons. Misses that first one. Anabo misses both. Tongkara pulls it down for UST. Padrigao is looking to run. Padrigao floater on the inside, that is short. And Adamson comes up with it. Mepanya. Great defense by Robinson. Robinson will now push it for UST. Strong right-hand drive, floats it up, no. Tongkara says that's my board. And goes up strong, but that is a foul on UST, on Adamson rather. So Tongkara will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Substitutions coming in for Adamson. Dignadice and Torres will check in for the Falcons. A faster lineup now for Adamson. Tongkara makes that first one. And Tongkara makes both. Manzon, an additional substitution for the Falcons. And Sikat will bring it down for the Falcons. Gives it to Dignadice. Dignadice. The Falcons continue to be hounded by the Tigers. 24-13 now is our score. 11-point lead for UST. Mantua pulls up for 3, no. Perimeter woes continue for Adamson. Fortsky pulls up from deep. No go. Padrigao gets his own board. Gives it to Paranada on that left side. Right side rather. Good steal by Adamson and completes the turnover. The Falcons see numbers. And Ray Allen, Torres fails to make that layup. And Mantua covers that ball with his life. Says this is my ball. But the referees will whistle a stop to the play. And substitution comes in. Substitutions come in for the Falcons and the Tigers. Danting checks in for UST. And the Edding checks in for the Falcons. That is a foul on the Tigers, so possession will go back to Adamson with 16 seconds left to shoot. Edding all the way to the hole, puts it up with the right hand against the towering defense of UST. Padrigao will bring it down for UST. Banco gives it to Paranada. No good on that three-pointer. Paranada tracks his own rebound down. But he took too many steps. Goes to out of bounds. And the ball will go back to the Falcons. Full court pressure still being applied by the Tigers. Edding crosses it for the Falcons. Dignadice at top of the key. Finds himself open top of the key jumper. No good. That was an open look for Adamson, but could just not convert. Offensive woes continue for both teams. Both teams have been having luck on fast break points, but half-court sets have been tough for both in this second quarter. And for all those watching live and online, you are watching the Pinoy Liga Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. We are live here at the ENDERUN Colleges in Taguig City. This is your resident commentator, Migs Gonzalez. And Padrigao is fouled on that drive, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And in attendance is our owner and founder, Benny Benitez. And our commissioner is Wilson Ang. And of course, this league would not be possible without our sponsors, Antbox, Kickstart Coffee, Sticko, and Slick Tight Hair Pomade. Padrigao makes that second free throw. He has been using that board on all free throws. Edding brings it down for Adamson. cUP gives it back to Edding, top of the key. Adamson trying to look for that opening. Strong drive by Edding. Gets the foul in the act of shooting, but no basket. So Edding will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Robinson will check in for Fortsky. And Edding is short on that first free throw. Hitting air ball. 26-15 now. Still in favor of the Growling Tigers. Falcons yet to mount a comeback. UST is looking to run here. Paranada brings it down. Robinson. Strong drive on the right side. Putting the moves on Edding. But good man-to-man defense there by Matt. Paranada hounded by the Falcon defense. And there is a foul on that play. So Paranada will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Torres will check in for Matt Edding. And Paranada will shoot the second. No good. And Paranada splits the free throw trip. Substitution coming in for the Growling Tigers. Suba comes in for Banco. And the Falcons continue to be hounded here by UST. But Adamson breaks that pressure defense easily. Torres passes on the pull-up. Gives it back. cUP. Strong drive on the right side, but that is a blocking foul on Suba. So Adamson stays with it with 14 seconds left to shoot. And the Tigers are whistled for improper bench decorum as a warning. So that could be costly if it converts into free throws and or possessions here in the ball game. But cUP misses that first free throw. And makes that second one is cUP. UST also hounded by the Adamson Soaring Falcon defense. Dignadice staying with Paranada. Step back, gives it to Robinson. And that is out of bounds. Called on Robinson. Not checking where his foot was at that time. So the ball will go back to Adamson. Torres gets it for the Falcons. cUP hands it off to Dignadice. 18 seconds left to shoot. Pick set there by Ignacio. Gives it back to Dignadice. Dignadice, strong drive. Inside pass to Pacquiao. But Pacquiao was out of bounds during that pass. So the ball will go back to the Tigers. Robinson will bring it down for the Tigers. Goes all the way the right side, flips it up and in for the Tigers. And Paranada gets the steal for UST. And 4 straight points in less than 5 seconds for UST. 29-16 now, and Adamson has seen enough. 31-16 is our score in favor of the Tigers. We will be back in a few short moments to see what Adamson has planned to probably mount a comeback against UST. We'll be right back. And we are now coming back from that Adamson Soaring Falcon timeout with 3.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The Falcons trail 31-16 against the Tigers. Pressure being applied here on the Falcons. Torres gives it to Anabo. Anabo on that left side, pick and roll kay Ignacio. Ignacio pops up on that short stab, and that is good for the Falcons. 18-31 now. 13 na lang ang kalamangan ng UST. Paranada gives it to Robinson. Pull-up jumper on that left side, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Ignacio comes up with it. Adamson will look to push, but good transition defense by UST. And there's a foul on the play. That is a hold on Osang. And SJ Moore is here in attendance live as we watch the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup, supporting his fellow Growling Tigers. And Ignacio misses that first free throw. And Ignacio makes that second, cutting the lead now down to just 12. So UST will now inbound. Full court man-to-man pressure being applied by Adamson. Fortsky gives it to Robinson. Gives it to Liemet. Easy layup on the other side. Pushing back the lead to 14. Torres. Heimelin. Heimelin hounded by that Danting defense. 6 seconds left to shoot for Adamson. Torres pulls up from deep. Yes, sir! A much-needed three-pointer for Adamson to end this scoring drought. And a turnover for UST. So Adamson will regain possession. What an emergency three by Ray Allen Torres. Pulling up from far away land. Draining that three as the seconds were ticking down. Anabo to Heimelin. Sikat gives it to Anabo on the inside. Showing his power there, but he is fouled on the shot. So he will shoot 2 free throws. Good aggressiveness being displayed there by Adamson. Fishing for the foul. And he will be rewarded with 2 free throws on that possession. About 1.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. And the Tigers still lead here by 11. And Anabo will be shooting his second free throw now for Adamson. Misses both. Free throw woes continue for Adamson. And a dive for the ball, but UST comes up with it. Padrigao passes it to Robinson on that left side. Robinson puts it up. Good defense by Anabo. Battle for the ball again. Anabo's second dive. This court is looking like a swimming pool with the amount of dives that we've seen in the first half. Ray Allen Torres gives it to Heimelin. Passes it to the inside kay Sikat. And that is an easy fadeaway jumper para kay Gian. Padrigao trying to shake off that Adamson defense. No good on that three-pointer. And Adamson comes up with it. Torres looking for offense for Adamson. 14 to shoot for Adamson. With less than 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Anabo on that left side could not connect on that three-pointer. Robinson gives it back to Padrigao. Robinson, pick set there. Excellent pick and roll play. Butata! Inabot ni Anabo, pero may kasamang foul. So, Suba will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Substitutions coming in for both teams. Pacquiao coming in for the Falcons. Escobedo coming in for UST. Dignadice also coming in for Heimelin. And Suba misses that first free throw. So he will have a chance to split this free throw trip for UST. Makes that second. Danting comes out for the Tigers. Adamson will try to answer here in the second quarter. Pacquiao gives it back to Magbuhos. 15 seconds left to shoot for Adamson. Edding sees the curling Ignacio. Edding pulls up for 3, top of the key. No go. Cleanup job, no good for Adamson. Third try. Ignacio powering it up, but no. Good defense there by UST. And Fortsky will try to beat the buzzer here in the second quarter. No good on that three-pointer. And another shot. And that is good for Fortsky. And Padrigao beats the buzzer. And the referees ruled that the 2 points count. So the second quarter ends 36-24 is our score. UST leads by double digits. We will be back in a few moments for third quarter action. So stay tuned to continue to watch this Battle of the Titans between Adamson and UST.
Kay sigla ng gabi ang lahat Maligayang Pasko po mula sa amin sa Warma Shack.
Mga kaliga, kasama natin ngayon ang head coach ng UST Growling Tigers, Coach Japs Kuan. Coach Japs, welcome to the PINOYLIGA Cup. We are grateful to finally have UST Growling Tigers in the league. Coach, what are you looking forward sa pag-join ng UST Growling Tigers sa tournament na ito?
Of course, we're looking for a great competition to expose our residency players and our team Bs. So in our preparation also for the next season of UAAP. So I think this is a good tournament. There's a lot of good teams here. So we're looking forward for the competition.
Coach, your message to the UST community.
A message to the UST community, please keep supporting us. I know we didn't meet the expectation last UAAP season, but this is our preparation for the next season. So hopefully, starting here, we do good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. And we'll be back after this short break.
And as we head back towards the start of the third quarter, let's take a look at our halftime stats, courtesy of Pinoy Liga. 36-24 was our score ending that second quarter in favor of the Tigers. The field goal percentage, lamang na lamang ang UST kontra Adamson. And if we look at the rebound department, they're actually pretty equal. And in terms of assists, but if you look at the steals and blocks for both teams have been showing very great prowess on the defensive side of things. And the only difference is field goal conversion. So let's see if Adamson will spell a different story here in the second half, or will it be a continuous UST landslide here as the third quarter begins in the Pinoy Liga Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. Our top performer so far for UST was Fortsky Padriga with 8 points, 3 assists and 5 rebounds. And on the other side, Adamson, Emmanuel Anabo with 5 assists, 5 points, and he has 6 rebounds early here in the game, with also 2 assists to come with it. So let's see if these top performers will continue to contribute for their teams, or will even more players rise up to the occasion and get the win in this battle of the UAAP Titans. The third quarter is about to begin here in the ENDERUN colleges in Taguig City. We're gonna kick it off with UST possession. So Badrigao starts it for UST. And Paranada, top of the key, hounded by that Adamson defense. Suba, quick move on the inside. Putata, inabot ni Ignacio. But there's a foul on the play. So Suba will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
One on the SOARING FALCONS, 2 free throws for Jason Suba.
So Suba misses that first free throw as he was fouled on the play. And you can see the growing crowd here at the ENDERUN colleges in Taguig City witnessing the battle of the UAAP Titans of the Adamson SOARING Falcons and UST Tigers. In attendance is more, and actually Nick Caballero of Team A of the UST Tigers supporting their home crowd. So now Adamson on the offense. Mantua, top of the key, quick in and out dribble. Ignacio mishandles it, so UST will regain possession. Paranada looking to run. No white shirts on the other side. Robinson pulls up for 3, no good. Torres gives it to Mantua. Mantua behind the back play. Gives it to Anabo. Short on that 3-pointer. Padrigao gives it to Paranada. Paranada nagmamadali. Up and under move. That is a good layup for Kyle Paranada for UST, pushing the lead to 15. Magbuhos hands it off and gives it back to Torres. 14 seconds left to shoot for the Falcons. 8.5 left to go in the third quarter. Torres stopped there by Robinson. 5 seconds left to shoot. Mantua, isolation play. Floats it up, that is short. Mantua gets his own miss. And that is a turnover for Adamson. So UST will regain possession here with about 8.5 to go in the second half. Padrigao will bring it down for UST. Solid pick there from UST, but that is an offensive foul on UST, so the Falcons will regain it. A chance to slowly chip away at this lead of UST. And substitution coming in for UST. Tongkara will check in for Osang. Anabo passes it to the inside kay Ignacio. Torres, straight away 3 on that right side, in and out. Battle for the ball, tapikan ng bola. Tongkara comes up with it. Padrigao, outlet pass to Robinson, but broken up by Anabo. Good heads-up play by Adamson to break up that fast break. And UST will now have 21 seconds to work with. Trying to find the open man, finds Suba. Padrigao. And miscommunication on that play. As the ball goes back to Adamson. Full court pressure still being applied here by UST. 20 seconds to work with for Adamson. Torres gives it to Anabo. Straight away three-pointer. Still no good. Perimeter woes continue for the Falcons. Padrigao looking to push. Gives it to Robinson. Wide open on that right side. Laces it for the three for UST. Pushing the lead even further for the Growling Tigers. Magbuhos, pressured by Suba. Gives it to Ignacio. Torres, pull-up jumper. No good. Padrigao pushing it for UST. Paranada will now assess the floor for UST. 10 seconds left to shoot for the Tigers. Step back jumper for Paranada, no good. Adamson will push it now. Anabo brings it down. Mantua with the pick from Ignacio. Picked his pocket clean by Robinson. No call by the referee, and Robinson will lay it up. Easy 2 points for UST. And Adamson calls timeout. They have seen enough. 20-point lead for UST as we come into this Adamson timeout. We will see if Adamson can mount a comeback against the Growling Tigers. We'll be back in a few short moments for more action in the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. And we are back for more third quarter action here at the ENDERUN colleges in Taguig City to continue to witness the battle between the Adamson SOARING Falcons and the UST Growling Tigers. So far, it has been a one-sided story in favor of the Tigers as they take a 20-point lead in the third quarter with 6.5 to go. But Adamson now will inbound against the Tiger defense. Magbuhos. Top of the key, binigay kay Haimalin. Sikat. Adamson still yet to penetrate the paint. Sikat, good pick and roll play. Butata, inabot itong Kara. Good defense by UST. 4 seconds left to shoot. Haimalin forced to put up that three, and he gets it for Adamson. A much needed perimeter score for Adamson. Could this spark the start of the comeback for Adamson? Paranada gives it to Tongkara at the post. Tongkara, quick spin move, double team by Adamson. Great defense on the inside by the Falcons, forcing that turnover against UST. Edding gives it to Haimalin. Haimalin drives it down the gut of the defense, but there is a foul call on number 11 rather. That was on Fortsky Padrigao. And Padrigao will check out for Mark Liemit for UST. Adamson will inbound with 14 seconds left to shoot. Magbuhos fakes the handoff. Gives it to Haimalin. Haimalin, can he do it again? No. Paranada looks to run with Liemit. Liemit does not see allies, so he will pull back the offense. Tongkara assessing the offense for UST. Liemit down the gut of the defense, but gets the foul, but no basket. And he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And in attendance is the Adamson head coach, Nash Rosella. Hi, coach. Okay.
throws for Mark Liam.
Kung kailangan mo, bro. Go lang. And 5.5 remaining here in the third quarter. Adamson still trail. Battle for the rebound, and the ball will stay with the Growling Tigers. 14 seconds left to shoot for UST. Gives it to Tonkara. And Paranada slips on the floor, but no call by the referee. Estacio almost loses it. 5 seconds left to shoot. Drives it down the right side. Good defense by Adamson, and the ball will go back to the Falcons. And in attendance is Nick Caballero from the UST Growling Tigers, right beside Moore. And they are supporting the UST Growling Tigers, and they must be happy seeing their home team in the lead with such a dominant performance here so far in the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup. Edding, high-low play broken up by UST, but there's a foul called on the Growling Tigers.
14 muna. Foul muna 14. Din yung number 14 for the center.
And substitutions will come in for UST. Danting will check in for Paranada. So Adamson now will still inbound with 14 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock. Adamson trying to look for the open man. Edding receives it. Hounded by Liemit. Edding drives down to gut of the defense. Beautiful drive by Edding, but could just not finish as he was blocked by the rim on that incursion. Edding, great hustle defense, and that is an offensive foul on Liemit. So even though he missed that layup, Edding makes up for it on for hustle on the other side.
For the Growling Tigers.
So now, Adamson will inbound after that offensive foul from Liemit. Edding receives it on the inside. Great turnaround. Good play, Ignacio. He is whistled for a travel, taking one step too many. And the ball will go back to the Growling Tigers. UST being pressured here by Adamson. Estacio crosses it for the Tigers. Liemit down the gut of the defense. No good on that left-hand layup. Adamson sees numbers. They are down one. Heimelin takes that three on the left side. No. UST controls it. Estacio will bring it down for UST. And there is an offensive foul called on Tonkara as he was trying to box out Ignacio. So the ball will go back to Adamson, giving them another chance to chip away at this lead by the Growling Tigers. And Anabo will check in for Heimelin. And Adamson still pressured on the backcourt. And that is... Oh, and apparently they are not allowed to shuttle across that baseline. So that is a costly turnover for Adamson as they are still trailing here in this game. Not what they need to get back in the game. Magdangal receives it for UST. 10 seconds left to shoot. Estacio trying to put the moves on. Magdangal receives it at the top of the key. 3 seconds. They have to go quick. Good defense by Allen Torres. And Adamson looking to run here on this fast break. But good transition defense here by UST. Sikat gives it back to Edding. 16 seconds left to shoot. Anabo drives it down the right side, puts it up, but there's a foul call So he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Magbuhos will check in for Edding. And Ignacio will come out. And Anabo makes that first free throw. Completes that free throw trip from Adamson. They have to make every opportunity count if they want to chip away at this UST lead. 15-point lead now for the Tigers. As full court pressure being applied here for Adamson. By Adamson rather. Estacio. Good defense by Anabo. Anabo, one to beat. Gives him a bump, no deuce. And UST will now try to push it, but good transition defense again by Adamson. Escobedo gets it for UST. Gives it back to Danting. Danting trying to bump Magbuhos, but Magbuhos says, no, dyan ka lang. Down the guard of the defense, Estacio, good block by Sikat, but there is a foul on the play, so Estacio will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And for all those watching live and online, you are watching the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. Our major sponsors, Antbox, Sticko, Kickstart Coffee, and Slick Tight Hair Pomade. And syempre sa lahat na nanonood, either here sa ating venue or online sa ating Facebook and or YouTube Live, maraming salamat sa inyong pagsusuporta at pagsubaybay sa aming liga. And of course, we would like to thank and acknowledge our owner and founder in attendance, Benny Benitez, and our commissioner, Wilson Ang. And fast break by UST, Binitbit, big block by Anabo, but there is a foul on the play. So Magdangal will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Rinig na rinig yung impact na yan hanggang scorer stable. Talagang dito kahit fast break, matatakot kang umangat eh. No easy shots for both teams. Magdangal will now shoot 1 free throw. Makes the first one. Pushing the lead now for UST. And Magdangal now making both free throws on that trip. Mepanya will bring it down for Adamson. Hounded by that Robinson defense, and that is a hold on Robinson. And since UST is in the penalty, Adamson will be shooting 2 free throws.
Ray, shooter. Shooter.
2 free throws for Mepanya.
And Mepanya will be shooting 2 free throws here, as he was fouled by Robinson in the backcourt. Misses that first one. 29-47 now is our score. UST still leads by 18 points. But we must not count out Adamson, because they are more than capable of mounting a lead and coming out with a dub here in this game. Padrigao, hounded by Mepanya. Good man-to-man defense by Mepanya. Gives it to Robinson. Top of the key. 10 seconds left to shoot. Robinson puts the moves on. Pull-up jumper. Laces it. Nothing but the bottom of the net para kay Robinson. Mepanya crosses it for Adamson. Gives it to Magbuhos at the top of the key. Binili kay Anabo. 12 seconds left to shoot for Adamson. Ignacio gives it back to Mantua. That was tapped by Fortsky, but Adamson stays with it. Good drive by Mantua as he goes and escapes the UST defense for the 2 points. Magdangal puts the move on and gives it to Banco, but could not convert on that 2 points. And that is a foul on UST. And the ball will stay with Adamson. And substitutions coming in for Adamson. Pacquiao will come in for Anabo. Less than 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. So Pacquiao will inbound for Adamson. Torres receives it. Ignacio at the top of the key, trying to look for allies. Who's open? Mantua. Puts the moves on, pulls up for three. Yes, sir! That is good for Royce Mantua. A much-needed perimeter shot for Adamson as they cut the lead down to 15. Robinson, another pull-up jumper, but that is short, hitting nothing but air. And the ball will go back to the Falcons. And Paranada will check in for Magdangal. So Magbuhos will be inbounding at the backcourt for Adamson. Full court pressure still being applied here by UST. And costly turnover for Adamson. Escobedo pulls up for three. Short. Failed to capitalize there was the Tigers. Torres hands it off to Mantua. About 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Mantua drives it down the left side, floats it up, puts it in. 5 straight points para kay Royce Mantua, cutting the lead now down to just 13. Padrigao gives it to Paranada. 14 to shoot. Good defense by Adamson. Escobedo, spin cycle, but no good on that 2 points. Pacquiao pulls it down. Torres will try to push it for Adamson. And Robinson taps it out, but Adamson retains possession with less than 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And Manzon and Sikat will come in for Adamson, going with a much taller lineup to probably hinder UST from those inside points. Torres against Robinson's defense. 10 seconds to shoot. Gives it to Mantua. And it is tapped by Robinson. Paranada. Pull up, short stab, no good for UST. Taps it, and Mantua controls it. Torres will now push it. 6 seconds left to shoot. And that is a call on the play. And that is a turnover for Adamson. Could have capitalized there, and 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And UST will probably go for the last shot to attempt to write the last sentence of the third chapter. Paranada will inbound for UST. Gives it to Padrigao. Padrigao assessing that Ray Allen defense. Short on that jumper. And that is a foul on UST as the shot clock and game clock expires. So we will see what the referees will decide on before the third quarter ends if there was a foul. The referees will discuss before we go into the break. And he will be approaching the scorer's table to go with their confirmation. And the referee signaled that there will be a holding foul against UST, which will be carried over to the fourth quarter. That is an unsportsmanlike foul, actually. I will retract that earlier statement. And that will be in the fourth quarter. And we will be heading into the break. 49-36 is our score. Stick around for more UST versus Adamson battles. We'll be right back. And the fourth quarter is about to begin, and we will be starting with 2 free throws for Adamson, as there was an unsportsmanlike foul called on UST as the third quarter expired. So cUP for Adamson will be shooting the 2 free throws for Adamson. Could be useful to chip away at this lead, but he misses the first free throw. cUP. He misses both. And the ball will go to Adamson since it was an unsportsmanlike foul.
Possession yan, di ba, Adamson? Yung ball possession, ang gagamitin dyan yung possession nila. Kaya ano tayo, UST.
So Magbuhos will be inbounding for Adamson as we begin the fourth quarter of regulation between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the UST Growling Tigers. 13 lang ang kalamangan ng Tigers dito. And for all those watching live and online, a big crowd here at ENDERUN College's Taguig City, you are all watching the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack, as Hyman is left alone on that right side and drains the three-pointer, cutting the lead down to 10 now for UST. And the Adamson crew smells blood. This could be the start of slowly chipping away at the lead of UST. Padrigao, good defense by Adamson. Napayungan ng Adamson doon ng UST. Estacio pulls up for 3. Yes, sir! That's good for Estacio on that three-pointer. 52-39 now. And this PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup is presented by Shawarma Shack. And Osang with a steal, counter steal by Torres. And he will set it up for Adamson. 10 seconds left to shoot. Ray Allen Torres, straight up three-pointer, no good. He had all day to shoot there, but could not convert. Paranada gives it to Fortsky. Gives it to Robinson on that right wing. No good on that three-pointer. So Adamson will now push it. Magbuhos drives down the right side. Powerful move by Magbuhos, but could not convert for the 2 points. Estacio gives it to Robinson. And what a great heads-up play by UST. Lobbing that ball. Robinson catches it with a foul. And he will try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Substitution, Alan Ignacio checks in for Wolfrey Magbuhos.
And Robinson makes that free throw to complete the three-point play for the Tigers. Edding will bring it down for Adamson. Gives it to Heimalin. cUP. Anabo. Good defense by UST as they are pushed back to near half court. Anabo, strong drive on the right side but could not connect on that layup. Steal attempt by Anabo, connected. cUP, pull up jumper short. Another steal attempt by Anabo. And the referee's whistle will stop to the play as Fortsky and Anabo hit the floor. So that is a foul on number 20, Anabo. That was a push on Anabo. So UST will regain possession. And Padrigao ang magbababa ng bola dito para sa UST. Paranada. Fortsky breaks down the defense. Gives it to Osang on the inside. He was open. Padrigao shoots the 3. Yes, sir! That three-pointer is good for Fortsky. 58-39 now is our score. 19 na ang kalamangan ng Tigers. Mantua. Good move. Pull-up jumper. In and out. Fortsky will bring it down. Gives it to Paranada. Paranada. Good on that 3. Back-to-back three-pointers para sa UST. And Adamson has seen enough After those back-to-back threes for UST, our score is 61-39 in favor of the UST Growling Tigers. We will be back in a few short moments after this timeout for more fourth quarter action here at the Pinoy Liga Next Man Cup. And we are back to the fourth quarter for more action between the Adamson Soaring Falcons versus the UST Growling Tigers. This Pinoy Liga Next Man Cup is presented by Shawarma Shack and our major sponsors Sticko, Antbox, Kickstart Coffee, and Slick Tight Hair Pomade. cUP brings down the ball for Adamson, but there is a foul called on UST. And the ball will go back to Adamson with 18 seconds left to shoot here in the fourth quarter. Edding gets the pick from Ignacio. Mantua receives it. Drives on the right side. Pull-up jumper. Short. And Osang swallows that rebound for UST. Robinson down the gut of the defense. Down. Could have been a no-look pass to Estacio. But play broken up by Adamson. 22-point lead now for the Tigers. Paranada down the gut of the defense. Fade away jumper. That hook shot is good for Kyle Paranada. Edding pushing that ball aggressively for Adamson. cUP. Natapik ng UST. Paranada gives it to Liemet. And Liemet will finish that fast break with an easy layup down the other end. Edding gives it to cUP. cUP down the inside. His shot was blocked, but there was a foul on that incursion. So cUP will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Foul is called on number 14, Mark Levitt. That's his third, 2 of the Growling Tigers. Substitution, Isaac Lanteng checks in for Jeremy Robinson.
Ball free. Shooter ba talaga? Shooter ba?
Shooter yan. Pasok yan mo. Oh, 1-0. Easy. Tayo na miss free ito.
And cUP misses both free throws. Osang pulls it down for UST. Padrigao will now set up the offense for the Growling Tigers. Padrigao gives it to Liemet. Paranada pulls up for 3 on the left side. No good. And Ignacio pulls down that rebound for Adamson. Mantua gives it to Edding. Pick set by cUP. Edding attacks the basket, gives it to cUP. Great heads-up play, but good defense to disturb that shot by Osang. Paranada gives it to Liemet, gives a fake. Can't get that shot to go. Osang on that second shot is fouled on the way up. So Osang will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And these could be the nails on the coffin for UST as they try to close and seal this dominant lead over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. And Osang misses that first free throw. And Osang now his second free throw attempt with 5.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Misses both. Adamson pulls it back, and there was a pulling foul, I believe, on number 10 of UST. So the ball will go back to Adamson. Substitutions coming in for both teams. So Magbuhos will be inbounding here for Adamson. And Adamson inbounds it. Tigers are still pressuring the Falcons here on the backcourt with 5.5 remaining here in the fourth. Mepanya hands it off to Mantua. Mantua drives it down the left side, pulls up. No good there. And Magbuhos is fouled on that putback attempt. So Magbuhos will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And for all those watching live here at the ENDERUN colleges in Taguig City and online, either on Facebook and or YouTube Live, you are watching the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. We would like to acknowledge and thank, of course, our owner and founder Benny Benitez in attendance and our commissioner Wilson Ang. Magbuhos makes the second. 41-65 now. Padrigao pushing that ball. Gives it back to Liemit. Sorry, Danting. Magdangal gives it to Tongkara in the post. Fake there. And gets the friendly bounce there. On that shot. Pushing the lead even further for UST. Ray Allen Torres bringing down the ball. Gives it to Wilfrey. Mantua now, top of the key. 8 seconds left to shoot. He signals for an ISO. Pull up 3. No good for Mantua. Padrigao pulls up for 3 of his own. No good, but Padrigao tracks down his own rebound. But there's a foul away from the ball. And the ball will stay with UST. Heimelin will come in for Edding. UST. Magdangal. 15 seconds left to shoot. Pick and roll. Given back to Padrigao. Padrigao, flurry of moves. Drives to the inside. There's a foul. And that is in the act of shooting. So Padrigao will shoot 2 free throws here for UST.
Penalty. That's his 4th personal. 2 free throws for 4th team. Padrigao.
And Padrigao uses the board again on that free throw.
Jeremy, that's already stiff.
And he makes both.
Sub.
And Robinson will be coming in for Fortsky. Adamson still being pressured by the Tiger defense. And Torres will be getting it for Adamson. Pressured by Danting. Torres gives it to Mepanya. Mepanya trying to find Magbuhos underneath but could not connect with that pass. 8 seconds to shoot for Torres. Quick crossover, pull-up jumper over Tongkara, but no good. UST will push it. Danting, in and out dribble on Torres. Gives it to Tongkara, but he was stepping on the line, not watching his feet. So the ball will go back to Adamson. And Sikat will come in for Magbuhos. Going for a taller lineup here is Adamson. And Mantua gets it for Adamson. Mantua will bring it down now against Magdangal. Quick crossover by Mantua. Tries to give it to that left side, but turnover there for Adamson. And Melesio will come in for UST, and Sapasap will come in as well. So UST will be inbounding here with 3.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Danting gives it to Escobedo. Melesio now, top of the key, assessing the offense. Danting will set the pick and roll with Tongkara. Quick shot, no good. And Mantua will bring it down for Adamson with 3 minutes now remaining in the fourth quarter. Mantua, strong drive on the inside. Butata, inabot ni Tongkara, swatting it mid-air. Torres gives it to Heimelin. Right wing three, no good. Tongkara gives it to Danting. And Danting will go all the way for the finger roll. And that's another 2 points for UST. 30 points now is the lead of UST. Torres assessing the defense for Adamson. The offense rather. Mepanya drives it down. And that is a foul called on UST. That was a foul on number 12. That was Danting. So Mepanya will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. 2.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Mepanya makes the second, splitting that free throw trip for Adamson. And Edding and Digna Dice will check in for Torres and Mepanya. So UST will bring it down. Melesio. Melesio crosses over. Drives it. Danting on that right side. Yes, sir. Nothing but the bottom of the net para kay Danting. Edding pushing that ball down that left side. Challenges the Tongkara defense. He says, I don't care about your height. I'm going to the free throw line anyway. But Tongkara is hurt. It appears he is on the floor, grasping his abdomen area, I believe. That is something we would not like to see in any sport. We will see what the findings are with Tongkara. As our resident medic will check in with our UST player. And it looks like he's all right. He's gonna find his feet under him and he will walk to the bench, I believe, if he will be substituted. And yes, he will go back to the bench as he will recover from that injury. So Edding will shoot 2 free throws. Good on that first one is Edding. Edding for the second. Misses the second one. Melesio brings it down. Escobedo gives it back to Melesio. 15 seconds left to shoot. Floater by Melesio, in and out. Melesio tries to track it down. Edding gets it 2 to beat. Edding sidestep beauty, absolutely smothered by that UST defense. But the ball will stay with Adamson after that aggressive move from Matt Edding. Edding now will inbound for Adamson, trying to find that open man. Sikat hands it off back to Edding. And these last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter are brought to you by the PINOYLIGA Cup merchandise. We are selling t-shirts, jackets, hoodies, and the designs should be displayed on your screen shortly. And you can get it from no other than Shopee, Lazada, and don't forget Messenger. You can also message us on Facebook for inquiries. So don't miss your chance to get your hands on limited PINOYLIGA Cup merchandise now. 1.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Anabo makes that second free throw. And this will be a statement win for UST against Adamson, pushing their record to 0-2 and 1-0 for the Tigers. Limit on that right side. Almost loses the handle. Melesio, 8 seconds left to work with. Working on Edding. Fade away jumper. No good for Melesio. And cUP controls it. Edding gives it to cUP. cUP gives it to Pacquiao. Fakes that three. Gives it back to Edding, top of the key. 1 minute left to go in the fourth quarter. 10 seconds left to shoot. Edding, no look pass to cUP, but blocked from behind by Escobedo. But there is a foul on the play. So cUP will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
That's his first personal. 2 free throws for Gian cUP.
And in attendance here is Joshua Sabandal from Adamson's Team A, supporting his home team, but I bet he is disappointed from their home team showing. But of course, there is no way to go but up. They will come back stronger, better, and faster in this PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup. 40 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And Edding will dribble it down for UST. Anabo gives it to Dignadice. Ball movement here for Adamson. Gives it to cUP. cUP, inside shot. No good. UST will bring it down. And they will try to hold for the last shot here in the fourth quarter. Or they will just try to dribble this away. And that ends the game between the UST Growling Tigers versus the Adamson Soaring Falcons. 74-46 is our score, a commanding lead by the Tigers over the Falcons, pushing their record to 0-2, and their UST debut win here in the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup. So congratulations to the Growling Tigers. We'll be back in a few moments to see who the player of the game is for UST and Adamson. We'll be right back in a few moments. And our player of the game, the mastermind behind the UST Growling Tigers victory, was no one other than Fortsky Padrigao, ending with 13 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and doing his part on the defensive column with 1 steal for the 74-46 victory over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. And we'll turn it over to CJ our courtside reporter for our interview. CJ?
Mga kaliga, kasama natin ngayon ang ating Antbox Best Player of the Game, Fortsky Padrigao from the UST Growling Tigers. Fortsky, all-around game ang pinakita mo sa debut game mo as a Growling Tiger. Is this a statement game na ito na ang Fortsky era para sa UST?
It's not really about Fortsky era kasi team naman kami naglalaro and never ko nilagay sa isip ko na it's about me. It's always about the team. So, credit sa team ko na they're making their shots. We've been defending well, pero marami pa rin kaming kailangan trabahuhin kasi we're still in the early part of our preparations for the next season.
Fortsky, your message to the UST community?
Sa mga sumusuporta sa UST, gusto lang namin magpasalamat and sana next season mas maayos yung mapakita namin para sa mga UST fans.
Forts, meron ka bang gustong bigyan ng shoutout?
Shoutout to my family na nandito ngayon. Girlfriend ko, si Erica. My friends, JA and Jedi. And sa lahat ng mga supporters talaga ng UST. Yun lang.
There you have it, guys. Our best player of the game. We'll be back after this short break.
And that ends our game between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the UST Tigers. The UST Tigers coming up with a victory, a commanding lead over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. And in behalf of the entire production team, me, your resident commentator, Migs Gonzalez, we thank you for your continued support and watching of the PINOYLIGA Next Man Cup presented by Shawarma Shack. We will be back with PLC Club's games next. So stick around for more games. We'll see you.
Kay sigla ng gabi, ang lahat ay maligayang Pasko po mula sa amin, sa Shawarma Shack.